And it's the Cavaliers to start out. A look at the opening lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. A quarter.
That is powerful.
Yes!
Oh, he's had that move saved up for a minute. You could tell with that smile on his face. Mitchell making the most of that opportunity.
Well, the recent success of the Cavs has centered around their defense, RJ.
Well, if you want a chance to contend, you're going to have to be able to defend. Their coach embodies that, and so does their personnel, specifically their front court.
Pass to Allen. Back to Mitchell. Hunter, a screen on George. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. And guys, coach stated the number of different ways that Donovan Mitchell can be productive. The emphasis for this defense is going to be limiting his touches throughout the game and trying to trap him when they can. It's a tall task for the defense. BA?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Mitchell with the ball. Oubre picks him up. Hunter passes to Allen. Outside Mitchell. Let's go with a 3. Good work defensively by Oubre. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Maxey against Allen. Embiid, a screen on Allen. Maxey attacking, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
What you love about Max is he plays with so much energy, it's hard to keep up with.
There's the drive, and Mitchell with the slam.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. George against Hunter. George outside. Pass to Embiid. Puts up a 3. Mobley grabs the board.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
An MVP in this league, Richard. Joel Embiid. Is there any way to slow this guy down?
The answer, no, BA. There is no way to slow him down. He's got the unique ability of size, skill, athleticism. You name it, he's got it.
Nice shot by George.
And you see the creativity George has. Just comfortable operating in screen and rolls and taking what he sees.
The 3 from Mitchell. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. With an MVP trophy under his belt, Joel Embiid has only become more dominant, RJ.
I think that 2023 MVP increased his confidence. It allowed him to feel like he really was the best player in the world. And I think it motivated him to keep pushing himself. And the results speak for themselves because the stats, they back that up.
They get it back. The Sixers lead by 4. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Fires from deep. Mobley grabs the board. Cleveland has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Pass to Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Easy for the big man Allen to get up and throw it down.
Outside Maxey. Here's Embiid. Lets it go from deep. Philadelphia with another miss. Allen, the pass to Mobley. George with a steal. Fast break, Philadelphia. Oh, the jam by Drummond.
The defense George provides is huge, using his length and instincts to come away with the steals.
Outside Hunter. Pass to Allen. Oh, threw it down. Wow. And he goes in for the dunk.
Unbelievable. The agility at his size, throwing it down, big fella.
For 3, George. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost blocked that shot in time, just a nanosecond late.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The drive by Mitchell. Drops in the layup for two. Mitchell's got 6 points.
The speed and confidence of Mitchell on display. A master at knifing his way to the rim.
Embiid, a screen on Hunter. George feels it out a bit. Back to Oubre. Pass to George. Screen by Embiid. Jacks up a three. Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Philadelphia 70s. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Sixers, what do you guys think?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
On the court right now for Cleveland. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Donovan Mitchell out there with Okoro, and it's Hunter in at small forward.
As usual, terrific effort from him, unwilling to let the possession go to waste.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring, but he said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static, so that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie. And it's Maxey missing. Cavaliers trail by 3. We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Screen by Embiid. For 3, George knocks it down from distance. George has got 12 points.
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent.
Here's Mitchell. Grown man points from Donovan Mitchell.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Embiid, a screen on Hunter. For 3, George. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
George against Hunter. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. The three-pointer off the mark.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the worst now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Embiid, a screen on Hunter. George for 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. Mobley's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Okoro outside. Pass to Mitchell. Oh, got a piece of it. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Well, Mitchell knows it's not all about him out there. If he can get another guy a shot, he will do it.
And Richard, thinking about Donovan Mitchell, he just has the total impact on the game.
It's crazy to think that he's in the prime of his career, but every single year he continues to get better. I still think there are more levels for him to go.
George against Mobley. Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Mitchell against George. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. The kick to Hunter. Fades and shoots. The rebound by Embiid.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Embiid, a screen on Hunter. Pass to Embiid. Out to Oubre. Lets the three fly. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. And now it's a 4-point Philadelphia lead. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Double team on Mitchell. And here's Hunter from the arc. Philadelphia grabs the miss. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Embiid against Mobley. Embiid passes to George. Embiid, a screen on Hunter. George for three. Hunter with the rebound. Here's Mitchell. Oh, get up, Donovan. Wow.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, PA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And, folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Paul George has been sensational.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
Not only does he have solid defensive instincts, he just plays extremely hard. And I know people might not realize this, but that is a skill, and it is very difficult for the opposition. It is a recipe for disaster.
They've got Lonnie Walker. He's out there with Kyle Lowry. And it's Yabusele in at the 4 slot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Pass to Jerome. Back to Garland. And here is Thompson. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Bona. Thompson pulls it in. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's Jerome. Connects from downtown. Jerome's got his first 3 points of the game.
Getting better at recognizing when his teammates are open. Garland, great time right there.
Pass to Edwards. 3-pointer. They get the rebound. And it's Bona missing. And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting the ball with purpose. They're 68% from the field. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
And I love watching Garland mature into a leader. And you know what? He is not done yet.
The kick out to Walker. He shoots it. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Walker's got 5.
Not the shot I expected him to take or make, but hey, look, joke's on me. He hit it.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
The Cavaliers are having success. Point guard Darius Garland said, "We're building something here and we've come a long way. It feels amazing having our own legacy. We're just trying to keep it going. The whole city is behind us." And Brian, they know there's still work to do.
And they've got no problem with that, Allie. Thank you. Garland, the pass to Thompson. Back to Garland. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Here's Jerome. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Outside Walker. And And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. And so Lowry will bring it up for the 76ers. The lead is 2. Pass to Bona. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
For Cleveland, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Lowry against Garland. On the wing, Strus. Thompson with a screen. Strus the pass to Thompson. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Thompson's got 4 this quarter. 1:16 left to play in the third quarter. Walker for 3. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now. Garland, the pass to Wade. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. They set the screen. Outside Walker. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Thompson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Garland. Tipped. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Good.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open 3, that's the key to efficient offense.
To the paint. Thompson passes to Garland. Pass to Jerome for the lead. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
He's just giving them
It's all tied in Philadelphia. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. Confidence is what he's asking for right now. He said, quote, when it's close, we have to keep believing in ourselves. And if we don't think we can pull it out, we've already lost. So some strong words from Coach in the huddle. Back to you, Brian.
Okay, thanks, Allie. And Cleveland, looking at who they've got to start the fourth. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Isaac Okoro is out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the 3. Allen, the pass to Mitchell. Mitchell, bullseye from distance.
Wanting the ball there. Mitchell getting those 3 points back.
Embiid, a screen on Hunter. Pass to Embiid. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
First free throw is good. And so Oubre nails them both. Now here's Mitchell. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. Hunter against Oubre. Hunter passes to Mobley. Now here's Mitchell. Out to Mobley. Fires the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Embiid, a screen on Hunter. George for 3. It's kept alive. Pass to Embiid. It's stolen by Hunter. The drive by Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
I love seeing Mobley take initiative, creating himself on the attack with a thunderous finish.
Hunter against George. Embiid, a screen on Hunter. Pass to Embiid. Clock at 6. There goes Embiid. Lays it up and banks it in.
Just come on. Like, how do you stop Embiid? Just using that bounce right there, just unreal.
Mitchell against George. Outside Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell on the attack. And Mitchell with the slam.
Right now, this is what you want to see. Mitchell playing without hesitation and just taking quality shots.
George for 3. The rebound by Allen. And so it's Allen who brings up the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2-point game.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Mitchell. And there's the screen. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
Creating the opportunity, Mitchell makes the right call for this situation.
It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful, penetrating, and getting offensive production.
One other thing they've done very well has been scoring inside, just pounding and grinding down there.
Back to Mitchell. Hunter, a screen on George. And it's Mitchell penetrating. And Mitchell with the slam.
Now look, Mitchell has that rare combination of lightning and thunder. Like, he will blow by you quick, fast, and he will finish over your big.
There's a screen. Maxey finds Oubre. For 3, George. And count it. 8 of 14 now. He's rolling.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
1:05 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Mitchell. Shakes him. The kick to Hunter. Okoro outside. Pass to Allen. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Drummond grabs the miss. Here's George. Oh, and the dunk by George.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Mobley deciding where to go with it. George against Mitchell. Back to Mobley. Yeah!
Showing poise in the clutch. Mobley has that quiet confidence.
Now Philadelphia with it. Here's George. Pass to Drummond. Ooh, stolen by Allen. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And that's an intentional foul.
Paul George. That's his 2nd personal foul. First team foul.
Embiid with a steal.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Off the inbound. It's in!
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
This would tie it. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to OT, but they come up. Allie, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone
Sports. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Vince Williams. And it's Edey in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the 76ers, Joel Embiid out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's George in a shooting guard. Grant. Instead, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. And it's a great finish! Oh!
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Here's George Oubre on the wing. Here's the three. Edey with the rebound. Now the Grizzlies with it. Outside, Dane. Rebound by the 76ers.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that position.
And Drummond kicks to Oubre. Embiid the screen. Bane with the steal. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. And that one is stuffed right through.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Yeah, beating everyone up the floor and finishes off the break.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the drive and kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
It's Morant with the drive.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Back to Morant. It's Jackson atop the key. Driving to the basket. And he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
George against Williams. Launches it. The 76ers with another miss. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. George, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
After back-to-back 50-win seasons, Dan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27-55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
Embiid with a screen on Morant. It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Here's Morant. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality...
Oh, wow, what a quick move inside.
That is incredible.
Incredible, the lift off the floor, the creativity in the air. Highlight real effort there by Maxey.
Here's Morant. A kick out to Bain. Jackson, a screen on George, and a wide open look for Bain. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They trail by 7. Pass to Maxey. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. Chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, I love the aggressiveness from Drummond. Fighting for his shot while taking the foul.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Here's Morant. Can't hit that one. Good D by Embiid. George looking over the floor. Over Bain. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
They've got Drummond, Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Paul George, and it's Maxey in at the 1. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter.
And Maxey's guys encourage him to attack whenever he can because his first step is so explosive.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
Williams against George. Pass to Drummond. Grizzlies with the rebound. Edey's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Morant pushes to Jackson.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel Ja Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does. And it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure.
Well, that's about as high percentage of look as Drummond's going to get. Nice job inside.
Morant against Maxey. Fires it up. And there's Jackson on the assist by Morant. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
It's Morant with the drive.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Maxey looking it over. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Morant. 15 points in the game. Hands it from downtown. Bain's got the lead up to 11 now for Memphis.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
Maxey against Morant. Morant with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And that's what they want to see out of Jackson, getting out on the break and just busting it up the court.
George way outside. Offensive rebound. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch? on the putback.
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
The 76ers trail by 11. Maxey attacking. Out to the wing. Embiid, the pass to George. Embiid sets the pick for George. Puts up a deep three. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Maxey. Sinks the three-pointer. Maxey's got 9.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Embiid sets the pick for George. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
Morant against Maxey. From 15 feet away, rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. From deep, George. Here's Oubre. Plays it up and banks it in. And now just a 5-point Grizzly lead.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for Memphis. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
So on the floor for Memphis. Jackson is out there with Clark. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Marvin Bagley. And it's Wells in at the point guard. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Outside Edwards. There's the steal. And here's the fast break. Wells leading the way. Jackson kicks to Bagley. Back to Jackson. Shoots. Again Memphis. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Drives to the hoop. Well, and the shot goes down. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Walker dishes to Edwards. 6 to shoot. Lowry against Jackson. Lowry, good.
And Lowry does a good job of getting off his shot in that mid-range area.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. We have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. And Wells drops them both. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Walker a screen. Outside Lowry. Fires from deep. It's Clark with the rebound. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. And another fast break for the Memphis Grizzlies. They're running. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And that's the thing about Bagley. Big, athletic, versatile. Very hard to stop without fouling.
No good at the stripe this time. His second misses also. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And the dunk by Wells.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooting.
Walker against Kennard. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive. Here's Clark. Pass to Bagley. Wells kicks to Kennard. From the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Kennard's got the lead up to 13 now for Memphis.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Walker against Kennard. To stop the run. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Wells. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line. Clearly a foul.
For Philadelphia, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And so Walker nails both of them. 1:09 left to play in the third. Left side, Bagley. Here's Wells. Sweet little floater. Wells has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
There's a good screen. And here's Walker outside. Drills the three-pointer. Walker's got 8 points.
Well, that's basically a warm-up three for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
Now here's Wells. Now recovering. Pass to Kennard. Fires the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 8.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Walker taking his time here. Here's Bona with 4 seconds on the clock, and it's good on the layup. Bona's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Grizzlies lead by 14. We'll take a quick break, then get you.
All right, fans.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. We've got George, Joel Embiid out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Maxey in at the point. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Oubre, no one around him. It's good from long range. Oubre's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the 76ers. Maxey against Morant. Can't get it to fall. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Oubre for three. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Now, here's Maxey. Embiid with the screen on Morant. Here's Maxey. Got a piece of it. Morant passes to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set. Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Outside Jackson. Lets it go with the three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Drummond's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Embiid from outside. The Grizzlies pull it in. At one point, they led by 16. Payne for three. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Grizzlies lead by 14.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless.
Embiid going all out.
And it's no secret that Embiid enjoys the spotlight. When he gets a chance to show off some, he seizes it.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Pass to Edey. Morant against Maxey. There's the three. And it's Morant missing. The 76ers trail by 14. Three-pointer. The shot by George, no good.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Bane with it. George picks him up. Stolen by George. Oubre outside. No good with the triple. Bane kicks to Williams. And another miss by Memphis.
They better clear a spot on the bench for him because that's where he's headed if he continues to take shots like that.
Yeah, you have to understand what you're good at and play within yourself. He just did the opposite.
George against Bane. 1:30 left in the game. Shot clock at 5. Top of the key. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Morant's got 4 this quarter.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And George, here we go. No one near Drummond as he lets it go. No good on the three.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Memphis.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Ja Morant.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth. Good on the bucket. And the Grizzlies lead by 17.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this win.
Nailed from three-point land. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got
out of the rafters. He punched it in.
Are you kidding me?
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
And finished off by Morant. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A solid, David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So, for Greg Anthony.
Grizzlies. Happy to have you with us for Grant, look at these two teams. My attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
And here's Memphis's starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Williams in at the 3 slot.
Yeah, stepping in from the arc, Morant comfortable from there.
And here comes Cleveland. Mitchell up top, pounded by... Oh, throw it down!
Can you say elevation?
How high was Donovan Mitchell? How pretty was that dunk? My goodness.
Jackson, the screen. Back to Morant. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Here's Edey. And he jams it home with authority.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Oh, the energy Morant has is just insane. Using it there on the defensive end to swat the shot.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
And one thing that Morant has always been a lead at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense, given the situation.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Down low. Here's Williams.
I'll tell you, Mitchell locked in on the defensive end. He's so good getting after it.
Here's Mobley. The kick to Hunter. 6 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Here's Mitchell. The rebound by Jackson.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.
And Okoro over to help. Inside, Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And you know you're always going to see some highlights when Morant is on the court. I mean, he loves to use that incredible 44-inch vertical.
Now here's Mitchell. Out to Mobley to win the run. The rebound by Jackson. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Up top, Morant on the take, and then Morant with the jam.
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Mitchell, the pass to Allen, and it's Allen who slams it home.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. That one's good for 2. Morant's got 8.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
And Doris, who can forget the 2016 Cavs, the team that brought Cleveland their first NBA title?
And not just basketball. The city hadn't won a championship, BA, in any sport for over 50 years. And for LeBron, a homegrown talent, to do that with Kyrie, that is a team that will always have a special place in Northeast Ohio lore.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Evan Mobley was the 3rd overall pick in 2021, and his teammate Donovan Mitchell said about him, "It's crazy, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I don't think he really understands how good he can be. He can take us to a completely different level. I personally believe that he can be a top 5 player in this league." Ryan, high praise for his teammate.
Indeed it is. Good stuff, Allie.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024, Grant.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Here's Edey over Allen, and there's Edey. That's good, and the assist from Bane.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Now here's Morant. 10 points for him over Okoro. The rebound by Allen. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Mitchell, and Mitchell with the slam.
There are very few guys who can match the athleticism of Donovan Mitchell. How quickly does he get off his feet?
Here's Morant. Good work there as it goes. Morant's got 12 points.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And that'll be Cleveland's ball as it goes out of bounds. Cavs keep possession here. Now off the inbound. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. What has them in front? And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Okoro is out there with Mitchell, and it's Hunter in at the 3. That's the group for Cleveland, getting going in the second. Allen, the pass to Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Morant surveying the floor. Kicks it out to Bane. Off target from outside.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Ooh, the deft touch on the lob.
Oh, what a pass. Those two met each other really well.
Looks like a play they've definitely run in practice. And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, BA, it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
There's a level of tenacity by Donovan Mitchell on the interior there. Wow, what a finish.
Now here's Morant. Guarded by Okoro. Back to Bane. Beyond the arc. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Morant against Mitchell. Hunter, a screen on Morant.
Grizzlies foul. Edey. His first team foul.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Hunter, a screen on Morant. Here's Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hunter. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Hunter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Donovan Mitchell showing off that great vision.
Here's Morant. What a slam by Morant.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Cavaliers trail by 6. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
I mean, if I was out there, I'd probably test anyone but Jackson Jr.
2 minutes.
And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Mobley's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the inside. And finished off by Hunter.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And Doris, Cleveland looking to balance their roster, trying to make sure the pieces fit.
And that's been the concern, right, BA? Because there's been some positional overlap, particularly in the front court. And this is where roster construction truly matters in the league.
Oh, my! Jaw dropping the hammer.
Once Ja Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight.
The 3 from Mitchell. Nails it from beyond the arc. Mitchell's got 13 now.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Here's Jackson. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. 30 seconds left to play in the half. Buries it from 3.
Boy, right from the opening tip, guys, Mitchell was focused and locked in, and he is doing damage offensively.
Morant using his... Oh, wow!
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And here's Mitchell. Mitchell bullies his way inside.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Memphis ahead. They're up by 3. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Yeah, he's played with great energy in the first half. Very disruptive at the defensive end.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
On the court for Memphis, Brandon Clark out there with Jackson. Then it's Marvin Bagley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Wells in at the point.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
Cavaliers trail by 5. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The Cavaliers have great size up front. They have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, who said, "We have each other's backs." That's the advantage of having 2 7-footers. If you blow by the first one, there's a second one waiting for you. Brian, they'll make it tough.
No doubt. Waves and waves of length inside. Thanks, Allie. Here's Wells, guarded by Garland. And that one's good. Wells has got 4 points now in the quarter. When you look back at the history of the league, Norris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point because when you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot. They're asked to do so much. Defensively, protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players on the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, the big man's got a lot of responsibility in today's game.
Cleveland shooting their first free throw of the game here. Memphis leading. Here's Wells. Knocks it loose. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Pass to Bagley. Shoots over Thompson. Clock is at 3. Kennard for 3. On target from range.
This, folks, is what a pure shooter looks like. Luke Kennard, so good from range.
Left side, Garland. Out to Thompson. Here's Jerome, defended by Kennard. Here's the pick. The 3 is up. Pass to Wade. Here's Jerome. Outside Garland. There's the triple. Puts up a deep 3. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Garland's got 5.
No shot is outside my range, or so Darius Garland believes.
Pass to Clark for 3. And another 3 for Memphis.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
And it's Garland with the ball for the Cavaliers. Trailing by 5. Here's Wade. Back to Garland. Outside Strus.
2 minutes remaining.
They set the pick. The 3. The rebound by Jackson. Grizzlies lead by 5. Uses the glass on the layup. Wells has got 6 in the quarter.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
And it's Garland on the drive. That one falls.
Well, that's how you use the floater. Darius Garland gets into his bag.
Memphis has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Wells, the pass to Jackson. Out to the right wing. Floats one. Counted. Give him 8 points now.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Garland feeling it out a bit. Soft touch off the glass. Garland's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, how about the nimbleness to overcome the defense inside. Darius Garland makes his opportunities.
Kicks it out to Kennard. From deep. Drills it from deep. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Garland finds Strus. Back to Garland. 3-pointer. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Oh, Darius Garland asserting himself. The answer back from distance.
It would be smart to hold for the final shot.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Stolen by Kennard. And so it's Memphis closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead, just pounding the painted area. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good. You better deliver, and he did just that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Donovan Mitchell out there with Isaac Okoro. And it's Hunter in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs. Mitchell against Morant. Pass to Mobley. Launches a 3. Outside Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another shot. Oh, Mitchell drains it through contact. Wow.
Mitchell does not let that 6'1" frame deter him from going in the paint. This guy has got so much confidence.
To the middle. Here's Edey. Outside for Morant. Pass to Edey. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the call will be against Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul of the game.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Now Mitchell. Oh, power move by Mitchell.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And now the Grizzlies on the run. Oh, rejected by Allen.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jaren Allen twice on the pipes.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Up top, Morant, guarded by Okoro, to the paint. Here's Edey. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
You can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Here's Hunter. Ooh, coming through again, shooting 5 for 7 now.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Morant drawing the double team. On the wing, Bane. Back to Morant. Morant with the slam!
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Here's Mitchell. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Morant with it, guarded now by Mitchell. Pass to Bane, fires the 3, knocks down the triple. And now a 12-point Memphis lead.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
The 3 from Mitchell. The rebound by Edey.
I know he wants to answer the 3 that was just made on the other end, but he can't let that affect his judgment. He's got to find the best shot possible.
Back to Morant. Clock at 6. And then Morant with the dunk.
Woo! When you finish like that, you deserve to brag.
Impressive, no question.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay.
Here's Hunter, deflected. They recover it. Outside for Mitchell. Mobley, a screen on Morant. The 3 from Mitchell. Offensive board. 50 seconds left to play in the 4th. Down low. And stolen by Morant. Up and in on the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Here's Hunter, and finished off by Hunter.
Good to see Mitchell distributing the basketball, guys. You want him to find his guys and establish some chemistry.
Shoots from 14, and Ja Morant again.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
So it's the Grizzlies taking care of business in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter.
Time, but eventually I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the music. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Joining us. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got Oubre, and Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Paul George, and it's Maxey in at the 1. And for Cleveland, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Isaac Okoro out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the 3, the small forward. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
I see you, Jared. I see you expanding your game, broadening the horizons. Nice looking shot there, big fella.
George from deep three-point land tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Oubre against Mitchell. Hunter on the wing. Looking for Allen and gets it there. Mitchell outside. 4 on the shot clock. Mobley a screen on Oubre. And it's Mitchell missing.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
No good on that one. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Cleveland shooting their first free throw of the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Mitchell against George, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
And one of Mitchell's great attributes, strength and explosiveness at the rim.
Embiid sets the pick for Maxey to the left side wing, to the inside. Pass to Drummond. Outside, George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Embiid with the screen on Hunter. And the 3 ball is good.
Because he's a stretch floor with a reliable and consistent 3, George adds a lot to this offense.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge. We had a chance to talk with head coach Kenny Atkinson.
Well, we talked about how difficult a matchup Joel Embiid can be for a defense. Coach told me it's all about not letting him get established down low and making him try to beat us with longer shots. If we do that, I think we'll be fine. Of course, saying it on the sidelines is one thing, and doing it on the court, quite another. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Showing you the vertical that time. Paul George throwing it down.
Now, here's Okoro. He's covered by Maxey. Okoro kicks to Mitchell. Hunter sets a screen for Mitchell. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
Now, here is George. He has 5. Mobley with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mobley. Embiid from outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
A creative scorer. Mitchell uses that versatility and shot-making ability to keep the defenders guessing.
The 3 from George. They grab their own miss, and Embiid is right there.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Mitchell against George. There's a minute 34 left in the first quarter of the game. 6 on the shot clock. Hunter with a screen on Maxey. A nice shot by Okoro.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here is George. A 3 ball. And it's George again missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Here's Embiid. The Cavaliers making the shot. Drummond in the post, working on Hunter. And that one's good. Drummond.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dog at offensive rebounds.
Knocks down the three ball. Mitchell's got 14.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
George, and it's George finishing it off.
George, a devastating finisher with momentum behind him. He doesn't let anything get in his way on the drive. He's right to the rack.
To the middle. Mitchell looking it over. Hunter sets a screen for Mitchell. Up and in on the layup. 16 points for him.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn in.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
I really like how they're knifing inside with confidence, exploiting any openings they see in the defense, taking advantage.
You also have to admire how they challenge the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's George. Then there's Oubre. And it's Maxey in at the point guard.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
Here's Mitchell. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Maybe it is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
And it's Paul George with the foul. It's his third foul of the game.
First team foul.
Mitchell against George. Mitchell passes to Mobley.
Good challenge that time by Embiid, using all that length quite well.
Mobley misses. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around. And he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch. This guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
Embiid with the steal. Maxey passes to Embiid, shoots from 14, and that one comes up a bit short. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Takes a 3, and another miss by Cleveland. And it's Maxey with the ball for Philadelphia. Pass to Embiid. Another miss by Philadelphia.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Hunter, no one around him, and the 3 off target. The 76ers trail by 6. Outside, George. Embiid with the screen on Mobley. George, no good.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, He seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Embiid against Mitchell. Mobley up top. Just 5 on the clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. There's 1:47 left in the first half. Clock at 2. And here we go. George heading to the hoop.
Oh! Big time throwdown with flavor.
That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
Hunter sets a screen for Mitchell. Trying to get something going. And the layup good by Hunter.
The mobility of Hunter. Excellent at setting a firm screen and then the strong roll right to the spot.
Embiid with a screen on Hunter. George, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Pass to Allen. And Allen slams it in.
You know, Allen really moves well for a player of his size, and he's always hustling. That set up the fast break finish there.
54 seconds left to play here in the half. Maxey kicks to Embiid. Drummond sets the screen for Embiid from 11 feet away. And that's good for 2. Embiid's got his second basket.
Embiid, a versatile shot maker, showing off his mid-range game there.
Mitchell outside. And George gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Mitchell against George. Mitchell dishes to Allen. Shot clock at 6. Back to Mitchell. Lets the 3 fly.
Nice defense that time by Drummond. An immovable object with great length.
Mitchell against Drummond. Here's a Okoro. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. George from deep three-point land, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
They've got Darius Garland. Thompson is out there with Wade. Then it's Max Strus, and it's Jerome in at the 2. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that 3. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his look.
Rebound by the 76ers. Out to Wade. Takes the 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Wade's got the lead up to 11 now for Cleveland.
Yeah, he recognized the overcommitment by the defense there and then made a smart pass to get that ball back outside.
Lowry for 3. The shot, no good.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him, and this came up short on the triple.
That one goes in. Garland's got his second basket of the night.
Gritty bucket. Garland knows he's going to take contact, but does not back down.
Outside, Walker. No good, unable to end this run. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA's 65 games requirement for postseason awards has drawn some criticism. But Adam Silver says, ultimately, this is about the fans and putting the best product forward. Load management was not working for us. This is having the desired effect, and guys are out on the floor. Kevin?
They want to be on the floor, right? Keep them tuning in. Good stuff, D.A. Thank you. Lowry from outside. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Garland with the bucket.
And man, is Garland fun to watch on the break. He really turns on the Jets.
Outside, Walker. Hits it from 3-point range. Walker's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the 76ers. Lowry against Garland. Out to Thompson, and the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul. The league is attempting, Clark, to minimize flopping. Do you like the technical foul assessment for just that act?
Yeah, I do. I really do, because that way you can get it out of the game. These guys are as big, as strong as any athletes in the world. They shouldn't be falling down as much as they do trying to draw a foul.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Jerome, guarded by Walker. Just 5 to shoot. Jerome, good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Look, Kyle Lowry can never rely on being the bigger guy on the floor. So he has to rely on his smarts and guile and toughness instead. He's a very, very high IQ player.
And Lonnie Walker picks up the foul. That's his first foul. There's 1:38 left to play here in the third. The 76ers trail by 10. Lowry with the ball. There's a screen. Pass to Bona. Outside Edwards. They get it back. And an intentional foul right there. The 76ers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Back to Garland. 6 to shoot. Pass to Strus. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
76ers ball.
The 76ers trail by 9. There's the pick. Lowry for 3. The 76ers with another miss. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jerome passes to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
That's where Tristan Thompson is most comfortable, right around the rim, throwing it down.
Outside, Walker. Jacks up a 3. Traps in the tray. Walker's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
The drive by Garland. And it's Bona with the rebound. Right side, Edwards. He gets it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Cleveland holding on to an 8-point lead. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so in the game for the 76ers, Embiid is out there with Oubre. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Maxey. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Over in the corner, Allen. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
Yes, that's a 5. Welcome to the new NBA where 6'11" centers like Allen have range, major range.
The shot by George, no good. Cleveland's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Mitchell dishes to Allen. Mitchell wide open. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
And guys, we know Mitchell can fill it up in a hurry, which is what makes him so much fun to watch.
Maxey into the lane, and that one drops.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Mitchell against George. Now, here's Mitchell. The shot, no good. George with no one around. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Yeah, this guy certainly knows how to take over a game. I wonder who made George mad tonight. They're paying for it now.
Mitchell against George. Pass to Hunter. Goes up on the wing, and it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in this game. Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. Cavaliers with the rebound. Allen's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Mitchell against George. Now, here's Mitchell. He's tightly guarded, and the layup's good off the glass.
And that's Mitchell at his best, playing the quarterback on this offense and leaving the D grabbing for air.
The 3 from George gets the 3-pointer to fall. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
Mitchell kicks to Allen. It's hauled in by the 76ers. 1:51 left in the 4th quarter. Maxey, no good. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's foul number 2 for him. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Mitchell outside. From deep.
Love the fact that Paul George expends great energy at both ends of the floor. He's a rangy defender who's extremely disruptive.
For the 3. Embiid throws it down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
The drive by Mitchell. Pass to Hunter. Rocket 6. The teardrop falls in. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Embiid with the screen on Hunter. The shot by George, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And slam dunk by Maxey. And here's Cleveland. Allen passes to Hunter. Back to Allen. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's tipped.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
George from deep three-point land can't drop the tough three-pointer. And Mitchell puts up a deep three. Off the mark. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and
You've got it on. Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got Maxey. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's George, and it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Grizzlies, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Kept alive. Out to Oubre. George for 3. George with another miss. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Williams from long range. Rebound by Philadelphia. Maxey surveys. Drummond to screen on Morant. And Maxey, here we go. Shots blocked. Williams with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Inside. George with a steal. They push it up 4 on 3. And here's Oubre from the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
The reach of Embiid with his size and wingspan, he's a real threat on the offensive glass.
Now Morant. Left side Williams. George against Morant. Shot clock at 6. He buries it from 3. Morant's got 5 now.
When Ja is knocking down that 3 consistently, it takes his game to a different level.
And you think about the fearlessness of Ja Morant and how he attacks, even as a smaller player. RJ, you got any comparisons?
I would say AI, but AI was more of a 2-guard, even though he was a couple inches shorter, but definitely similarities of how they attack the paint with fearlessness.
Bane, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Maxey against Bane. Outside Maxey. Pass to George. Over Williams. George's shot is off.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Drummond passes to Oubre. Here's George on the mark with the 15-footer.
And the defense has to be more aware of Paul George. You got to know how fast his trigger is.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Now here's Maxey. An easy 2 on the layup. He's got 5.
Continuing to work, no give from Maxey, even amongst the bigs.
Pass to Edey. The ball's knocked loose. Oh, stolen by Embiid. Here's George. Good. And the assist to Embiid. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
And the basket by Bane.
And this is part of Morant's role as a guard. He's responsible for finding the open man.
Here's Maxey. He's got 5. Into the lane. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Morant. He's got 5. Williams on the wing. 6 to shoot. Morant, the pass to Williams. Here's Edey. Banked it in off the glass.
He's got a knack for those putbacks, so you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
Moran against Maxey. George outside. And there's a whistle. That goes on Vince Williams. That's his first foul.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
And Philadelphia has possession. 4-point game. Maxey against Morant. Just 5 to shoot. George for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. George has got 7 points.
Such a pure scorer. If George finds his shot, it's almost as good as in.
Here's Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. George outside. From behind the arc. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what's your take on the Sixers so far?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Maxey. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And Joel Embiid with a number of different co-stars in his time in Philly, Richard.
Yes, Ben Simmons in his prime. Jimmy Butler, James Harden, they've all come and gone. But in Tyrese Maxey, Embiid might have found the tag team partner for the long haul.
Maxey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
What you love about Max is he plays with so much energy, it's hard to keep up with.
Morant with it. Oubre picks him up. The 3 from Bain. Drummond grabs the miss. And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. 7-point game. Biggest lead so far.
Watch out when Maxey finds his groove like this. He'll just keep coming at you and at you.
Here's Morant. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Bain from deep three-point land. From beyond the arc, and then some. Bain's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
He's a small guy with big hops. Maxey goes up high for that finish.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Here's Morant. He's got 9. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. The offensive rebound. It's stolen by Maxey. Down low. Here's George. Now shooting 50% for the game. He's 4 for 8.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
Grizzlies trail by 10. The electric Ja Morant. High-flying, fast, fearless. Where's that mentality come from, RJ?
There is just a fearlessness like you mentioned. Most players, you just have that mindset. You don't care. You're going to attack the rim. Doesn't matter if you could potentially get hurt. You are going to take off. That mindset is a level of aggressiveness that only Ja Morant possesses.
Now here's Maxey. He's got 15. Back to Embiid. Clock at 6. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The shot from the low post is good.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want. The guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
Now here's Morant. He's got 12. Back to Jackson. The 3-ball. And another 3 for Memphis.
What separates Jaren from other bigs is he's got great confidence in his shot.
Maxey attacking. Kicks it to George.
2 minutes remaining in the first
A minute 58 left in the second. Drummond passes to George. Drummond with the screen. From deep three-point range, George, and that's good. George has got 12 points in the game.
With an efficient jump shot and limitless confidence, man. I'll tell you what, George is a threat from just about anywhere on the floor.
.144 left in the second. Morant looking around, takes the three. The three-pointer is down, Ja Morant.
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
Pass to Embiid. And stolen by Jackson. And they're on the break. And the basket by Bane. And now just a 4-point 76ers lead.
Hey, if you give him room, he's gonna score the ball.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing.
And they did a lot of winning, Alec. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. George, a screen on Morant. Maxey passes to Drummond. No good. Unable to win this run.
That's just the bucket look you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
To the inside. To the paint. Here's Edey. Good, and the setup by Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Now here's George. 12 points for him. That one drops for him.
Sturdy play from George in the paint, getting by the contact and to his finish.
Here's Morant. No good. And George with some nice D. Takes a 3. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Jackson with 1 on the clock. No good on the layup. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for Philadelphia. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back.
Please back your attention to Singapore. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it.
And in a game this close, they're going to challenge them.
First team foul. Shooting for Philadelphia.
With the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Richard, for years, the Grizzlies' team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is. They're always out to prove themselves.
For 3, Lowry gets the 3 to fall. And the 76ers lead by 1.
Well, Lowry can just pepper you with shots from the arc. He's got a talent for finding and making those looks.
We're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
And so he hits both. For all the adversity Memphis faced last season, Richard, there were some silver linings.
BA, they had a lot of talented young players get more minutes than they might have otherwise due to the injuries, and there is nothing more valuable than experience.
Just 5 on the clock. The Grizzlies pull it in. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. To the wing, right side. Here's Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
76ers trail by 3.
Get there.
Lowry outside. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. The kick out to Walker. That's good. And so Lowry with the assist.
And that's how you orchestrate the offense. Lowry showing the vision and the unselfishness.
Wells, the pass to Kennard.
76ers foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
To the middle. And the dunk by Jackson.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
There's a screen for 3, Lowry. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Grizzlies lead by 3. Pass to Wells. And here's Kennard. Off target from 3-point range.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Stolen by Jackson. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Here's Wells. No good with the triple. 76ers trail by 3. Edwards with it. And Clark picks him up defensively. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Bona. And a missed layup. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Lowry's got 6 here in the quarter.
Showing how confident he is off the dribble, Lowry is so dangerous shooting when he's in a rhythm.
Here's Wells. Walker covering. Here's Wells. Timeout called. Memphis. A minute 20 left to play in the third. Nice shot by Kennard.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Lowry drives in. Second chance shot. And that one's good. Bona's got his first points in this one.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Here's Wells. Rebound by Philadelphia. Outside Walker. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Memphis leading by 3. Clark with it, and Walker picks him up defensively.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Bona. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Walker's shot is off.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Good on the bucket.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
7 seconds left in the third. Bain finds Williams. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
And so it's Memphis. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so it's Memphis with it. Taking a look at Philadelphia. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's George in at the 2. 76ers trail by 9. Throws it up high. And stolen by Williams. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Here's Morant. Morant goes all the way to cap off the break.
This is what teams try to do with Morant. Get physical, make it difficult, but he just continues to figure it out.
Screen by Embiid. For 3, George. The Grizzlies pull it in. Edey's got his 6th rebound on the night. And again, Memphis running the floor in transition. Kicks it out to Bain. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
The team-first mindset of Jackson, willing to get the ball to his open guys.
Williams on the wing. Back to Morant. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Five on the clock. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal foul.
It's going to go on Paul George.
The explosiveness of Morant is just incredible. His motor and work ethic are both tremendous as well.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. 76ers trail by 16. Outside Maxey, and he's going Embiid, the catch and the flush.
That's a big target for some alley-oops. Embiid using that size.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Morant with it, picked up by Embiid. And again, it's Memphis missing.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize. VA, forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players could learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Misses the 3. 76ers trail by 11. Here's Embiid. George against Williams. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
And just not letting the tough defense stifle him. See, George gets the shot he wants. Hustle pays dividends, I'll tell you. And when it's getting you to the line like that, whew, man, what a night.
And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Outside Morant. From the arc. Here's Edey. Second shot opportunity. Good on the short little jump shot. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
Maxey, that's good.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
George against Morant.
2 minutes remaining of the game.
1:58 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Can't get that one to go. Now he's 8 for 13. Pass to Embiid from downtown. Oh, Embiid hits from outside.
The guy you want to have the ball. Embiid, this man is a superstar.
Morant against George. It's stolen by Maxey. Embiid passes to Drummond. Oh, and the dunk by Drummond!
Wow! Drummond's able to sink it at the biggest possible moment.
Morant against George. What a slam by Morant!
And this is where Morant really shines. The bigger the moment, the more he wants.
Oh, hey, how about that?
Attacking in a big moment. Maxey is not holding back.
Outside Morant. The three is up. Rebound by Philadelphia. And here are the 76ers. They're on a 17-4 run. Pass to Embiid. George outside. Embiid, a screen on Morant. Shoots. The rebound by Edey. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Oubre against Bane. Pass to Morant. Shot clock at 5. Tries the spin move. This one for 3. Morant missing again. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
It's stolen.
He was all over that play. He knew exactly where they were going with the ball and swiped it away. And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
9 seconds left in the fourth. George outside. So Memphis wins it. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beast. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him
break, this might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Isaac Okoro. And it's Hunter in at the 3.
And bursting through inside. So difficult to contain when Mitchell's on the attack.
And here's Morant. Pass to Edey. Morant left side. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Now, here's Hunter. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Offensive rebound. Pass to Okoro. Mitchell in the corner. 5 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Allen inside the three-point line. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Payne. Good on the shot.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Hunter after the made shot from Desmond Bane. Hunter with it. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. And Stan, here we are watching DeAndre Hunter. What impresses you most about his game?
Well, I like how steady he has been since he came into the league. I like the fact that he's a guy who can make shots but doesn't need the ball a lot. And I especially like, Kevin, that he's just a guy who figures out what needs to be done, and he's willing to do any of it to help his team win.
What a great intangible, right? To shift during a game and, like you said, give the team what they need at that moment. And here's Morant. After Jared Allen made that last 3-pointer. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Mobley misses. Memphis leading. Morant outside. Stolen by Mitchell. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Tries to save it. Now Morant. Here's Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jared Allen.
And this is where Jackson feasts. And at times, he's just too overwhelming for the D, which results in the foul.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter.
2 minutes.
Here's Mitchell. To the inside. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And the basket is good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Stolen by Okoro. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And understanding where to run to in transition, Mitchell is very opportunistic when the break is on.
Morant with a wide open look. Connects from 3-point range.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 6. Pass to Allen. 6 on the shot clock. Mitchell fires Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
Flushed by Allen there. What I love about him, he's a center and he's not trying to be a guard. He knows who he is.
Jackson misses. For Cleveland, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Allen, a screen on Williams. The drive by Mitchell. Oh, and the jump by Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
Now here's Morant. Outside for Jackson. Sinks the triple. Jackson's got 5 now. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Mitchell passes to Hunter, and yes, it's good.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Jackson. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Cavaliers. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Cavaliers.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Okoro out there with Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Grizzlies have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Each in the last few decades, we've seen the 3 become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is, and teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the 3 spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the 3 is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they move it, maneuver that a little bit?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner 3.
The 3 from Morant. Carries it from 3-point range. Morant's got his second bucket of the night.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Memphis ball.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Morant throws it down.
And he can get to the rim with the best of them. Morant always finds a way.
Mitchell kicks to Hunter. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Well, you got to be able to finish stronger than that.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
So Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
For 3, Mitchell.
And superb job by Morant there, making sure to contest without fouling. That's how you play defense.
Williams passes to Morant. Jackson, a screen on Mitchell. Here's Williams. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Pass to Okoro. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Mobley, a screen on Morant. Mitchell, this is to Mobley. To end the run, and Mobley throws it down.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
Morant passes to Jackson. Good on the three-point shot. Jackson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Grizzlies.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Oh, the leaping ability of Mitchell, allowing him to go way upstairs.
Morant passes to Jackson. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Williams' shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Mitchell left side. Nobody near Allen. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Hunter with a screen on Morant. The drive by Mitchell. Makes it off the glass. Mitchell's got 14 points.
And, guys, we know Mitchell can fill it up in a hurry, which is what makes him so much fun to watch.
Morant passes to Jackson. Back to Morant. That 3 off the mark. On the wing, Mitchell. And there it is for him. Now just a 2-point Grizzly lead.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by 2. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
They've got Clark. Wells is out there with Kennard. Then it's G.G. Jackson. And it's Bagley in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now here's Wells, guarded by Garland. Wells kicks to Kennard. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Out to Wade. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Memphis has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Kennard for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Kennard's got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Grizzlies. And so Garland will bring it up for Cleveland. Takes it inside. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
3rd quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. There's Garland. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Always good seeing a guard like Garland score inside.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Now here's Wells. He has yet to score. And here's Kennard. And it's off from 3-point range. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Strus with it. Pass to Thompson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Right. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Dan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
Jackson misses. The Cavaliers trail by 4. The wide open shot from Strus. Drills it from outside.
3 points.
Strus has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Bagley kicks to Clark. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah. Ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Strus setting the screen for Garland.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Solid work at the line a season ago. 83% on his opportunities.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good.
Hard not to like how dynamic Garland is on the floor. He's a high-energy player who works hard to maximize his impact on the game.
Wells passes to Kennard. From past the arc. They get it back. Wells kicks to Clark. Pass to Kennard. Outside Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got 8 points.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And here's Strus. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist.
Oh, superb pass from Garland. He's all for setting up his teammate.
Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closely. Bagley with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. Cavaliers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Strus's shot is good as we approach the fourth quarter. Still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Kennard for 3. And no good that time. Cavaliers leading. Now Strus. He's got 8. Here's Thompson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know what you're going to get from Thompson. Strength, toughness, and grit.
For Cleveland, they have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. Good on the second free throw. The Grizzlies shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Pass to Wells. And it's Darius Garland with the rebound. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 12-4 run right now. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Down low. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Garland's got the lead up to 4 now for the Cavs. Wells sets the pick for Kennard. Trains it from beyond the arc. He's got 11. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. With 2 seconds left, Garland, he gets that one. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
Yeah, you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Thompson. Max Strus is out there with Wade. Then there's Garland. And it's Jerome in at the shooting guard. Now, here Here's Mitchell. He's covered closely. Hunter, no good. Hunter's got 1 3-pointer tonight in 4 tries. Williams with the ball. Guarded now by Okoro. Outside Jackson. Bain looking around from outside the arc. Cranes the 3-pointer.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Mitchell kicks to Hunter. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 4 assists in the game. Now here's Wells. Covered by Okoro.
Well, you wonder why we're seeing so many points tonight. Just look at the D.
Not a lot of resistance in trying to just outscore other teams. Generally not the best recipe for long-term success.
Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. The kick out to Bain. Shot clock at 6. Right wing. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Mobley with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Ja Morant, he's checked in for Wells. Mitchell against Morant. Mitchell outside. Inside. And there's Hunter on the assist by Mitchell.
The mobility of Hunter. Excellent at setting a firm screen and then the strong roll right to the spot.
Here's Morant. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Isaac Okoro did not like that.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Back to Mitchell. Kicks it out to Allen with the shot. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
And how about the quick thinking on the catch and shoot? Have to applaud Allen's decision-making there.
Morant passes to Bain. Stolen by Allen. Here's Hunter. And it's Hunter with the jam.
Well, we saw this from Hunter in the tournament. When Virginia won the championship, he was a clutch performer.
Here's Jackson. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you...
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
1:35 left to play in the final quarter. And it's a great finish!
Oh my gosh.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
And I think Mitchell's focus increases when it's clutch time. The bigger the moment, the better he is.
Morant passes to Williams. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Pass to Edey. Morant against Mitchell. Edey. It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Morant against Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Hunter. Launches a 3. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Williams. Yes! Huge bucket.
I think the roof's about to come off this place.
Here's Mitchell. Hunter with the screen on Morant. Mitchell. The Grizzlies call timeout. The Grizzlies call timeout. Now here's Morant for three. Misses the tray.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And the only chance here is a lob at the front of the rim. A tip-in to tie the game. There's not enough time to get a catch and shoot.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. What do you think we're going to see here?
And the only chance here is a lob at the front of the rim. A tip-in to tie the game. There's not enough time to get a catch and shoot.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. That was a fun. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony.